Hello, thanks for stopping by Oliver Kershaw Photography. Today we're going to be speaking about the lenses we use at a wedding day, and in particular, which one's my favourite. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a professional wedding photographer. I shoot with Sony mirrorless cameras. At the moment I'm using a Sony A7R4 and a Sony A9, but that's another YouTube video for another day. Today we're speaking about the lenses we use at a wedding. So one of my favourite lenses is the lightest of all lenses, which is a 24mm 1.4 G Master lens. This lens is a beast. It sits on my Sony A7R4 all day. With the Sony A7R4 I can also punch in, making it from a 24 to about a 35 millimeter. So it has me covered for group shots, it has me for wide opening shots, ceremony, and right the way through till first dance as well. The thing I love about these Sony G Master lenses is it's got an aperture ring on the actual lens, so harking back to those old days of the old lenses. But it's really handy because it means I can then use the dial for something else, ISO, and I'm not having to use the back dial as a aperture. Also has a little button on here as well. I have it set up to eye focus, just so I can grab someone's eye in focus with these lenses. They are super sharp. I absolutely love this one. Super light. So yeah, definite a great lens. In fact, I lent it out to one of my friends. The next day he said, well, yeah, I went and got it too. That is definitely an endorsement for the 24. So we also use a 50mm lens. This will generally sit on my A9 II. It's a fantastic lens. It's at 1.2 aperture, so the creamy background is fantastic. And also it's got the buttons on there. It actually has two buttons. They're clickable aperture. They are declickable, but I think that's mainly for videography. If you're trying to pull focus, you don't want to make a noise of click, click, click. But yeah, that is one of my favourite lenses. This will generally sit on my camera about 80% of the wedding day. Absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit heavy, but definitely worthwhile. We do also have an 85 as well. With the 85mm, this is a 1.4 GM, but the 85mm, I'll show you some images coming up. Again, it has all the clickable aperture, and it also has a button that I've programmed again for eye autofocus. But the 85mm, this is again a super lens, great for portraits, great for getting that extra reach on a wedding day. We can be over one side of the room, people not realizing that we're actually photographing them. They think we're photographing someone a lot nearer. Now these are again creamy background, shallow depth of field, beautiful lens, and it's beautiful for a wedding day. One of the other lenses that we don't really use all day, but is for me is a necessity, is my macro lens. This is a 92.8 lens. This is a macro lens, so it has a 1:1 reproduction, and what that means is I can get really close to it, get all the details, and we shoot some, so we can get really close to the object that we're shooting. Now this generally comes out of my wedding bag at one particular time in the day, that is shooting our ring shots. I like to get a bit fancy with them, but again, it's if we need it in a portrait, it can work as well. So absolutely fantastic. So it's a 2.8. It's a smaller aperture than the 1.4 we have on the other ones. One of the other lenses that we have, which is a bit of a bonus lens, we bring this along to our weddings, and it's a tilt shift lens. It allows me to make some really dramatic portraits. Now this is a creative lens. It doesn't have any autofocus. so it's completely manual focus. But with the Sony lenses, what I found is this works better on a Sony lens than it does with a Canon, because it has a depth of field monitor. Now I'm talking about the old Canons when I used to shoot them. Again, it's you just see what's in focus with the depth of field monitor. I also have a Sigma adapter on here. It works absolutely perfect. But again, Canon glass, lovely reproduction that comes out of it. And it really does, you know, when you get these photos and give them to clients, they just get blown away because they've not really seen anything with that type of focus that you get from a tilt shift lens. So these are really my favorite lenses that we take to a wedding, and if it was my favorite lens for what we use, then I would say it would have to be the new 50. Because it's new, no. Just because of the shallow depth of field, it can live on my camera. I can shoot a whole wedding on one of these, and it really does make the difference, I feel, for what I do anyway. Second place, I would believe have to be the 24. So we have the 50 and 24. That would be my go-to on a wedding day. I could shoot on that all day long without any lens changes. The reason why we change them to give our clients more options throughout their wedding photos, different lengths of focus for different styles, and that's all part and parcel of what we do at OK Photography. So thanks for stopping in with us. Thanks for checking in and listening to me ramble on about my love for lenses and love for my work. Feel free to like, subscribe and comment below. Tell me what you think. What's your favourite lens for a wedding day? And we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.